Switching to Geico is a good idea, especially when you consider everything.
First off, Geico makes it easy to switch. They have licensed agents available 24/7 online or over the phone.
But if it's so easy, you might start thinking everything is easy, even big wave surfing. And it's not. It's actually quite difficult.
Well, if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds on car insurance. And you could keep saving by bundling your motorcycle, boat, and RV, plus your home or renter's insurance.
But saving money might lead you to make some questionable purchases, like a 20-foot feather boa. And do you know how hard it is to clean a 20-foot feather boa?
Well, they do have an industry-leading mobile app you can use to pay your bill, file and manage a claim, or add a new driver.
But when life gets a little easier, it makes you too confident, and you start calling everyone Ace. And you're better than that.
Well, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating and has been saving people money for 85 years. It's hard to beat that.
But you're right.
Switch to Geico. It's obviously a good idea.
Fun interviews, unique conversations, but more importantly, it's just a great place to listen. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. A look at the unexpected changes endured by the entertainers, writers, camera people, and all others affected but not infected by the global invasion of the coronavirus. These are real people, real stories. The struggle to play it forward. Episode number 259 with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm doing very well. How are you, Arrow?
Absolutely fantastic. And once again, I got to thank you from the very beginning to your committed dedication and loyalty to the community. You are still a brilliant leader in these days and times, sir.
Thank you very much.
Do you ever have those moments where Coach Wooden is speaking to your soul? Because he seemed to be just as dedicated to the people as well.
I think so. It was part of who he was underneath everything. And I think you're absolutely right.
This brand new documentary is mind blowing in the way that it should be released inside every school, every university. Fight the Power. This is a movement, and these are the movements that changed America. You jumping into this project, what was that like for you?
Well, for me, I think it was a natural progression because I had been involved in the civil rights movement, and really, once I saw the parallels between what we were trying to achieve in the civil rights movement, it lined up with women trying to achieve the right to vote, the rights of all Americans to have safety in the workplace. All of these things usually end up coming down to one issue, and that's how are you going to treat me like I'm a human being with rights and privileges, or are you going to treat me in another way? And that's what it's all about. And we're able to reduce it to those terms and have everybody understand that.
What's fantastic about this coming out, Fight the Power, is the fact that Juneteenth is now a national holiday. This right here is a day of activation as well. And I hope people use it as a day of not only learning, but activating.
Yeah, the timing was impeccable. You know, if President Biden signs the bill today or tomorrow, it'll be on the same day as our very first celebration of the Juneteenth holiday. That's pretty awesome.
What if the labor movement of the 1880s had not taken place? Because, you know, there's always two sides of every event. I mean, what happens if it would have gone the other way?
Well, it would have taken a much longer time for the protection of U.S. workers. It would have taken much longer for them to get the protection that they need in the workplace. And then you have the issue of child labor, which was another big factor in all of this. That would be a problem. And, you know, just the whole idea of the people that own all the factories and job producing entities, they would still have a disproportionate hold on power. And the average man would not have the rights and privileges that I think the American worker has earned over the years.
You talk about the labor laws and stuff like that. There was a word that I came across today in the national papers that the way that businesses like for instance, the word is called presenteeism. And I looked it up, and it doesn't work. But the thing is, though, is that you've got all of these major corporations saying that you have to be to work now, no matter what. You have to come back to work. Does that these labor laws have got to protect the people that really bring them together? Yeah,
they get things backwards. They want the labor laws to protect the people who own the businesses, so that they have the minimum responsibility. that's not going to work in the long term.
Your process of bringing Fight the Power to the streets, I mean, this is the real streets of America. This is coming at a time where every generation needs to start coming together as one. And this documentary really does feed into that.
Yeah, because the whole commonality of it, once you see what the real issues are, it's very easy to make alliances along those lines, because it's all about the same basic issue: respect and equal protection.
I love the way that Fight the Power doesn't cancel culture. You go in and you share the history.
If we forget about it, then we will have to go through it again and learn the same lesson over again, and that's not a good thing. So, yeah, that's important that we learn these lessons and pass it on across the generations, so we don't have to have the painful re-examination of all these acts.
One of the things that you bring up in Fight the Power is a social justice champion. What is that?
Well, a social justice champion is just someone who feels that things in his or her community are not going well, and they might have a few ideas about how to change things. That's what it's all about, and we have to use the law and the different organizations that we have, governance, to change things. That's how it usually works. So we have to figure out how to make the government work for everybody, and it takes time, but it's worth the effort.
Does all of this start in schools? Because I'm noticing one thing about schools these days: they're becoming community centers. Well,
that's the important result, I think, when people have a more inclusive sense of community, when race doesn't become a determining factor. I think that really shows progress that we need to make so that we can solve the problems for these various communities. If it wasn't for the issue of race, a whole lot of things might have been solved prior to now, but we're just now getting around to the fact that poor people, no matter what their color are, they have a very common set of circumstances, and with that, the same solutions will work for everybody: Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. The same solution works for everybody.
Well, the good news is that we're all starting to talk about it, and we need leaders like you that can bring it out here, and we're not, quick to shove it underneath the carpet.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Until now, we haven't been able to have these conversations because they were too painful, and people thought it was better off to forget about all the negatives. But those negatives have lingering consequences that need to be eliminated, and we're getting around now to seeing that and doing something about that. So that's encouraging.
Now, you know how we are in this generation. We all want content. We want a website. We want to learn more. We want to activate it. We want to get involved. Is there something like this available to people?
Geez, no, we don't have a website yet, but that's not a bad idea. I'll talk about that with my staff.
Please come back to this show in the future. The door is always going to be open for you, dude.
Thank you. It's great talking with you.
You be brilliant today, all right?
I'll try.
When Sandra doesn't talk to a Mattress Firm sleep expert, junk sleep presses the wrong buttons in her brain. And Sandra presses the wrong buttons in the elevator, leading to a dreadful journey for her and the accountants now headed up to floor 42. 7, 8, 9. While Sandra avoids eye contact, let's reflect on how a better mattress would have led to real sleep. If you need real sleep, head to Mattress Firm and unjunk your sleep today.